friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Chelsea if this is your first time here. Today is going to be my week 22 and 23 of pregnancy bump date. I am a mother to an 18-month-old little boy. I'm also pregnant with another little boy. These last 2 weeks have been a little crazy, and we've had some health issues and scares most recently, so that's why these 2 weeks are going to be combined in my bump date. Just a lot going on, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and record last week's bump date. So I'm currently 24 weeks pregnant, and this update is for weeks 22 and 23 of my second pregnancy with baby boy number 2. One of the first symptoms I've been experiencing a lot is increased heartburn. And I had heartburn with Sebastian, but I don't recall it happening as soon as this one has. I am taking Zantac every day as kind of a preventative measure so that I'm not experiencing the effects of the heartburn every day. I think that the Zantac helps a little bit better than Tums. I know Tums more of like an instant reliever. As soon as you start to feel heartburn, you can take Tums and it will relieve instantly. The Zantac is more so preventative, so that I'm taking it in the evenings. That's generally when I get the worst heartburn, after I've eaten for a full day. And the Zantac helps throughout the next morning. So I had mentioned in my last bump date at 21 weeks, coffee is giving me heartburn, but I'm not willing to give it up. When taking the Zantac, I don't feel the same heartburn that I was experiencing from the coffee before I was taking the Zantac every day. So I will link below the Zantac that I have been using if you're interested. Another not so fun symptom I've been experiencing is body odor. I can tell that my body odor is changing. I noticed this after having my son, Sebastian. I did nurse him for just over a year, and I noticed during that time that my body chemistry had changed with certain deodorants that I was using. Right now I'm using Degree deodorant. I have tried Native, which is a more natural alternative. I don't find that Native necessarily works for me. Even going through that, they say to use it for a 2-week period of time to kind of let the detox happen from putting regular deodorant on. But I still find that the body chemistry with whatever scent I'm using, with the more natural deodorants, and what I'm experiencing with my body odor, my body chemistry, they're not melding well together. So the Degree, Women's Degree deodorant is working for me right now. I'm also using my husband's body wash. He uses an Axe. I think the scent is Phoenix. It's a blue and black bottle. That seems to help as well to kind of get the body odor from the day off, and also help me feel refreshed to go into the next day feeling like I don't smell terribly. This little boy is moving so much. So again, in a recent pregnancy bump date, I had mentioned that I have an anterior placenta, which means the placenta just sits right up front here on my belly. I feel like that is making the movement a little bit more difficult for me to experience as soon as I had hoped during this pregnancy. But I am starting to feel him so much more. It's incredibly exciting. I feel him very low. There are times that I feel him a little bit higher, and you can actually see the movement from the outside of my belly now, which is really exciting. I can't wait for Sebastian to be able to see his brother in there and moving, and kind of maybe understanding a little bit more what's going to happen. I know he's a little young for that, but I'm excited for him to experience that a little bit later in my pregnancy. I've also been experiencing increased back pain. I feel like as my belly gets bigger, my equilibrium is kind of starting to get thrown off a little bit, and I'm overcompensating by maybe pushing my stomach forward or arching my back a little bit more, because that's what's the most comfortable for me, and I feel like it's causing an increased back pain. I had mentioned I do think that I need to invest in a pelvic girdle to kind of help with a little bit of support to kind of take the pressure off of my back and in my pelvic region. And I'm also realizing I really like wearing over the belly maternity leggings and jeans, and I'm realizing that I'm starting to feel restricted in them a little bit more. I feel almost a sigh of relief when I'm able to pull down that maternity belly panel and just kind of breathe. So I'm not sure if I need to invest in the under the belly pants. I do have, I think, 2 pairs of shorts like that now that we're starting to get a little bit warmer. Even though we live in Florida, it is starting to get warmer for us. So I think I'm gonna try those and see if they work a little bit better, and if anything, I can just invest in some new maternity pants that'll go under the belly. One of the other symptoms I'm experiencing recently is that nothing sounds appetizing when it comes to food, but I'm always hungry. I no longer have the nausea. I am still taking the Bonjesta as more of a precaution in the evenings, because that's when I would feel the nausea. But I'm finding that if my husband asks me what do I want to eat, or we're trying to meal plan for the week to go grocery shopping, nothing sounds good. But I'm so satisfied once I eat. So that's something that I've been experiencing, which is different from Sebastian's pregnancy. I ate everything, I knew exactly what I wanted, and I had the few things that I really enjoyed eating that I kind of stuck with. This pregnancy, I don't have too many cravings, but I'm always happy to eat. I have not gained any more weight. I'm still at about the 10 pound mark. I have mentioned before, I'm 20 pounds heavier during this pregnancy, so I do feel as if my body doesn't feel like I need to compensate so much with gaining the weight to support this baby. Some of the snacks I've been enjoying are carrots with ranch. We've recently bought some yogurt, so there's a strawberry yogurt and a peach yogurt that I'm really loving. Just some of the fresher flavors, and always drinking a ton of water. A lot of fruit nectarines, strawberries I've really been enjoying, and then bananas in the morning are also something that I really enjoy. They're also easy for snacks, so putting a nectarine, some strawberries into a bag or a Tupperware container, I can bring them with me, and just makes things easier, so I'm not allowing my blood sugar to drop lower than it should. And I had mentioned that we've been having some health issues and scares this week, and this past Saturday, so I was 23 weeks and 1 day, I did break out in a rash over the weekend, and I had to go to in our hospital here locally, it's called the OBECC, so it's the OB Emergency Care Center. I reached out to my doctor on Saturday. I had been feeling a pain in the back of my leg, but in my pelvic region where there are nerves, and it felt almost muscular, but I haven't been working out or doing anything too strenuous, so I wasn't really sure what it was. Saturday, the doctor that I go to has a patient portal that you can go in and send a message. So if they're on call or they get dinged in their emails that they have a patient having a question, they'll go ahead and answer you and your health concern or any sort of prescription refills you need. So I did reach out to my midwife, and she recommended that I go to the OBECC. She believes, and the doctor that I saw there believes, that I had a shingles outbreak, which can be dangerous for the baby. They did put me on a viral antibiotic, and they prescribed me a hydrocortisone cream for me to put on twice a day to kind of clear up the rash and make sure that it didn't turn into any sort of bacteria that could get into my bloodstream and potentially harm the baby. I was supposed to go to the doctor this week, but she's out of town, so I'm going this following Monday. And I'm okay with waiting because I got to hear the baby on Saturday when I was in the hospital, and it was so great to hear him. They put him on a monitor, you can hear his heartbeat, and it almost sounds like a microphone to your stomach, and every time he kicked, it just sounded like someone was holding a microphone and he was kind of like tapping on top of it. So that was a relief, and it was really great to be able to hear him and feel so much movement during a time that could have been scary. I didn't think that it was too serious, but when my doctor says you need to go to the OBECC and make sure that, you know, it's not something worse, it was kind of reassuring that he was moving so much and really just wanting to kind of let me know maybe from the inside, hey mom, I'm okay. I did have the vaccine for chickenpox as a child, and when we did the genetics testing for this baby boy, it came back that I am immune to the chickenpox, but apparently I can still show symptoms of having the chickenpox as an adult, like shingles. I'm not sure how necessarily that works, so if you're experiencing anything like that, I would reach out to your doctor. I don't know how common it is, but I do know with our immune systems being a little bit more susceptible during pregnancy, when you start to feel off, sometimes it's just better safe than sorry. I really did not want to spend that Saturday in the hospital, and we were only there for a few hours, but I really just wanted to make sure this was something that could affect my baby, and if the doctor was concerned about it, that I needed to go ahead and have it addressed. So I'm grateful everything's going okay. Baby is great. Can't wait to hear him on Monday when we go into the doctor. We have started putting the nursery together. We do have a crib for him. We are going to paint both the boys' rooms, and we're putting the changing table together still. I do have all of the clothes from Sebastian's pregnancy. We do plan on having a baby shower for baby number 2, but we already have so much from having a boy previously. I am going to go ahead and rewash all of the clothes that we have stored just to make sure that they're fresh for baby boy, and just making sure that everything's ready for him. I know that at 24 weeks pregnant, it's a little early to start preparing for certain things like that. In my first pregnancy with Sebastian, we waited until I was 38 weeks to actually wash all of the clothes, and the night before I went into labor was when we had finally washed and dried everything for him. So it ended up working out perfect timing, but I just want to be a little bit more prepared this pregnancy, because you never know what happens. So we have been looking into car seats and double strollers as well. If you have any recommendations, leave them below please, in the comment section. We do have an infant car seat from Sebastian. He is in a convertible car seat. We do have a stroller. I think it's the Baby City Mini GT car seat and stroller travel system. We are gonna go ahead and use that for the time being. I'm not really sure if I need to have a double stroller. Sebastian will be 22 months when this little baby boy is born. And we don't really use our stroller now with Sebastian very often. He does walk, or more so runs. And a lot of the time when we're out in public, he goes into a cart, or he holds our hand and he walks next to us. So I'm not really sure if a double stroller is a necessity. It's a huge investment, and we already have a stroller and a car seat that work perfectly, that, you know, are still up to date, and we know how to work and all of that. So if you have 2 under 2, if you don't mind commenting below, leaving suggestions for that. We're gonna go ahead and do the belly shot, and we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. So here is baby boy number 2. I'm definitely feeling large and in charge. As I had mentioned, the placenta is sitting right here on the front, so I do feel like it makes my stomach protrude a little bit more. But definitely feeling big. Thank you so much for watching my pregnancy bump date for weeks 22 and 23. Make sure you are subscribed, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. Like this video, give it a thumbs up, and comment below any videos you'd like to see from me in the future. And we'll see you next time. Bye.